Happy holidays. Look what I got.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
Okay guys, what we are looking at is a 2019 BMW GS 1200 adventure bike. I have never ridden an adventure bike, always wanted to, and this holiday gift today allowed me to do so. What a gift. Can you believe I got this for Christmas? I'm used to riding sport bikes and cruisers, so I'm curious to see what this is all about. So when I get on this right now, it literally will be my true rookie first impressions on an adventure bike. And no better way to start than with the biggest of them all. I know the 1250 is bigger, but the GS 1200 is a big adventure bike, so go big or go home, right? So it's high. I'm 5'11". I believe this seat is 33 inches, and my inseam is just about 33. So apparently you push this button to turn it on. There we go. And you hit this button. Voila! Start it up. First impressions, this thing is big. It doesn't feel heavy, it just feels you know, very high up in the seat, which you are. That's so you can have all that clearance for off-road with these things, which is what they specialize in. I am surprised that I can flat-foot it almost. I thought it would be a lot taller than that, but it's very capable. I'm very capable, rather, of no problem at all at a red light. Feels a lot lighter than I thought it would be also. So let's take our initial ride here and give you some feedback on a rookie adventure bike rider on the biggest of the big, the GS 1200. Whoa! Throttle is punchy. Feels like a sport bike throttle. It's got a lot of oomph to it. It's twitchy. I notice my torso is very upright, which is comfortable, but my feet are more like in a sport bike position with a 90-degree bend, and it got the tiny brake peg and tiny shifter peg, unlike a cruiser. So it feels very sport bike like from the waist down, and from the waist up like a sport touring bike, which it is, so it makes sense. That kind of reminds me a little bit of the Triumph Trophy or the Triumph Sprint ST from years ago as far as the upright riding position. And like I said, the lower is more sport bike. The clutch is super easy to pull in. That's unbelievable. But I did notice, man, you let it out really far. So the clutch engagement, it takes a while before it grabs, which is something to get used to. It's got the hand guards, very cool. The mirrors are a little small. That's probably so when you go off-road, they're not getting banged by everything on narrow single track, but they're manageable, not bad. Got your speedometer, tachometer, and then you have these modes. We have road, Dyna, Enduro, and rain. I'm not sure as to what they do other than rain, but since we are in the road, Let's go back to road mode. But you have your traction control over here, your hazards, ABS, and then your trip info, turn signals and horn on the left side. And over here on the right side, we have our run switch, our mode button, and looks like our high beams. It's balanced well. I mean, here we are coming to a slow stop. Doing about 6 miles an hour. And it doesn't feel top heavy. Suspension is really good. I mean, it's like a amazing suspension. But that's what these things are known for. Obviously, if you're going to be riding an adventure bike, a lot of people do ride them in the street, but obviously the dual purpose of off and on road, this is capable for everything you need. Yeah, that clutch starts engaging probably more than 3/4 out. I'm sure that's adjustable, but like I said, it's first time on this bike, so we'll work with what we have. Hand grips, not crazy about. Getting a lot of feedback, a lot of vibration from them, and they're paper thin, so I'm sure there's plenty of aftermarket options that you could put on here, although these are heated grips, so your options may be limited. Not 100% sure about the aftermarket BMW products. This bike does just over 24,000 miles on it. Looks like it's averaging about 39.3 miles per gallon. Not bad. And apparently this here is for their own GPS that you plug in, and then it syncs with the bike, and it's computerized. Not too. Oh wow. Yeah, this thing turns well. Oh yeah. A lot of get up on this. I see a lot of those guys in the adventure bike videos often standing on their pegs and riding when they're off-road. Let's give it a shot and see. Stand on the pegs, stand up. Oh yeah, very simple, sturdy. That's pretty cool. I like it. I was in the market for an adventure bike, and that's the kind of riding I did. This would certainly be at the top of the list. Is this the KTM Super Duke, the Triumph Tiger are usually your big top three in this market. I know Harley's coming out with that Pan American. You know, you got Royal Enfield, the smaller displacement bikes for sure, but in the big boy market, you know, the Tiger 1200, the Super Duke 1290, and then this, the GS 1200 or 1250. These would be the competitors, and if I was in the market, I would definitely look at getting at one of these if that's the kind of riding I was doing. I think these come in at around 20 to 22,000 new. Get a lot of bike for that. I would not buy one new. I would look in the used market, especially if I was riding it off-road, because you're going to beat it up. And I would be great to take an off-road trip in Alaska or South America or wherever and use this bike, because that's what it's meant for. Great on the highway, but even more capable off-road. Alright guys, so here is the 2019 BMW R GS 1200 or GS 1200R, whatever you want to call it. First time on an adventure bike. Very different, that's for sure. Some of the basic specs on this bike. It's a horizontally opposed twin. 1170 cc's of displacement. It's maximum horsepower, they say 125 horsepower, right at around 7750 on the RPMs. The maximum torque is 92 foot-pounds, right around 6500 RPMs. And it is a both liquid and air-cooled bike. So let's get up close and personal here. Check everything out underneath. Beefy frame with pegs, tiny little shifter peg. It's got the bags, hard bags. The nice thing is these definitely pop off pretty easy, so you can just carry them in as your luggage. So that's a nice feature. LED turn signals and brake light. It does have the rack for the hard case if you want to use the hard case on here, which is great for traveling. And then the beefy Brembo brakes. You can see here. So as far as, you have to have the key fob on you, and then you just simply press this button to turn it on, and then everything will illuminate. I don't have the key close enough to me, so. So if you have the key fob on you, just press the button. Everything clicks on. I don't know if you can see that display. And then you just hit start button. There it goes. Here you see the neutral, gear indicator. But there's your speedometer, your tachometer, and then your sound. The exhaust is hitting behind the bag. Very revvy, sporty kind of feel. Turn it off. So 2019 BMW R1200 GS. I like the color of the bike. Good looking bike. Fun. One thing I noticed after about 35 minutes, these grips got a lot of vibration in my hand, so when I got off the bike, very similar to holding the weed whacker if you're doing yard work for a while, you get that buzzy feeling. Feet not so much, they seem pretty good, but I don't know if that's the pegs or my Joe Rocket shoes, which I wear, which are awesome. But yeah, so first time on an adventure bike, and we picked the biggest one. Go big or go home, right? Guys, so in the BMW R1200 GS, just show you the bags. Come with the key, put them in, turn, unlocks them, little yellow button here, now it's locked, unlock it, put the key in, turn it, pull this up, push this down. Hard to do with one hand, but then you have your stuff. Ta-da! I fit a pretty good size bag in there, and then you just close it with this same way you opened it, and these red tabs here actually remove the whole bag off the bike. Okay guys, this is a great gift. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun riding along with me on my Christmas present. But unfortunately, like that ugly sweater that you guys always hated, I have to return it. Wait, did you guys think somebody actually bought me a BMW GS for Christmas? That would be great, but next best thing, I got the rental credits as a gift. Great gift that allowed me to experience an adventure bike for a full 24 hours, which is much better than any kind of demo experience because you have the bike way longer and you really get the feel for it. So thanks guys for watching. Happy holidays. Hope you had a good Christmas. And if I gotcha, haha, just kidding. Like, share, subscribe. And what I like to do, guys, is leave you with a message from this guy. Take a look.
Full power.